All right, we're going over again another movement moment. This time we're talking about being inverted. That means handstand push-ups, kipping and strict, handstand walk, and wall walk. I'm not gonna talk about how to do these movements. This is about getting them faster, more efficient, working on different strategies of those movements. So it's not gonna be a tutorial on how to do those movements. You guys should have that, either be working on that or something in that way, but we're trying to get them better from what you do have. So these are tips and strategies to do that. Strict handstand push-ups. For our strict handstand push-ups, we're all gonna be from this angle just because there's not so many considerations to look at from the front. So for this one, again, same with the kipping one, we want the same locked in position. We don't wanna hit this flat portion just because it puts your neck in a dangerous angle and it's not very good for pressing. Like, you're not constantly holding your face like this while you strict press. You're gonna have your head slightly up to get that bar in a closer pattern to your face. So same thing with a strict handstand push-up. Lock that chin in one place, be looking across the room at the bottom corner. That usually helps keep that neck in one single position. So the first consideration is that most people, when they do strict handstand push-ups, they're doing a very slow touch until down, and that adds a lot of time and tension on your triceps and shoulders, which just adds to the fatigue. So it looks like this. They're really concentrating on trying to stay safe, so they're like, and then they go, press. But what we want to do is actually, it's not necessarily relax, but you're kind of dropping or pulling the ground to you. You can imagine like you hold on to the ground and you're pulling that ground to you, and then as soon as your head taps, you are pushing up and away. That will have that kip feeling for your strict handstand push-ups. So this is what it would look like difference. Like I'm actually pull punch. It allows that speed to be added to that strict handstand push-ups, and with that neck in position, very tight and safe, it's actually going to feel like almost a kip every single time we go into that strict handstand push-up. That way it allows you to get much of that hit bounce, and it'll take that time and tension away from your strict handstand push-up. Now, this is only if you can actually keep that control, because it is more dangerous because you are essentially dropping onto your head. So you want to make sure that you can actually do those controlled ones and then work on building into that kip of a strict handstand push-up. Next, we want to think about our body position. As you can see, when I go up, I'm very tight in my position the entire way. It's the exact same all the way through. A lot of times you'll see people get relaxed and then they'll have to press and they're looking up at the ground and their back starts to bend. That puts a lot more pressure right here on your shoulders, takes it away from this balance of your tricep and shoulders. And then it also will actually add pressure onto your lower back because your core is not braced. It makes it harder to press because now instead of pressing up, you're pressing your shoulders up, but your hips are just bending away, and so it doesn't allow that whole body to move in one motion. It might be easier tension-wise for you, but it doesn't allow very much motion when it comes to the actual workouts, because it'll take what it gives you and what it feels easier, it will take away from your actual strength. So you want to be able to keep that body locked in. That's where that training comes in, keeping that body locked in the entire time. If you start to feel all this pressure in your back, you want to think about tucking your chin and then pushing your hips in to try and keep that locked in position. That will help you keep that full body awareness, and then that's what you want to do in training. In a competition, if you can do that in the moment, that's great. It's unlikely, but if you can keep that in the moment, that's awesome. But in training, when we start to feel all that pressure, when we do lots of handstand push-ups, you want to stop wherever you're at, pull it in, and then try and maintain that as you go. That way it helps develop that full body awareness and will improve your push-ups over time.